How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Ed's Tech Talk. Today we've got the ROG Ally to unbox, see what we got. Compared it a little bit to the Steam Deck because obviously I want to give it a fighting chance, so we won't do a full neck-and-neck comparison to it. We just want to see just the first impressions compared to the Steam Deck, how that was. So let's get right to it. I've had this for probably 2 months, just as long as the Steam Deck. I've been waiting to unbox this thing forever. I've kept it in the plastic, so we get to do the peel together. Oh, let's do it. Okay, that wasn't so satisfying. Buy plastic. Now we've got a little seal we gotta cut. Got my knife somewhere. Let's get it open. I believe it's only one. Nope, it's two. They got a seal on the bottom, seal on the top. And now we get to open it. So let's see what we got here. Right off the bat, looks like that's nothing underneath there, is it? No, that's nothing. That's probably just to protect it. Looks like actually it's a stand. I lied. It is something in here. But how do we get it out without breaking the box? I think we just break it. So it's an ROG Ally. Yeah, it's a stand for it, looks like, by the look of it, yeah. So it's cool. You get a stand instead of a case, so, you know, take that into mind. So kind of the same thing how the Steam Deck was. Charge it, plug it in. They want you to charge it before you use it. I'm assuming these are probably QR codes, Q&A, probably a tutorial on how to start it. So they show you the thing right off the bat, but I don't really want to mess with it too much. Let's see what else we get in the box. Look at that, stand does come in handy. Show you guys that. What else we got in here? So this is our charger. And I believe this is going to be, 65 watts. So this thing's going to charge it quick and also give us that extra profile for gaming. So when you have it plugged in, it actually gives you even a better performance. I know that much about it. And this is probably going to be like boring documents. Yeah. No sticker? No sticker? No sticker. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else in the box, so wow, that's pretty simple. I mean, at least the box was prettier than the Steam Decks. I mean, this I can actually kind of maybe put on the shelf instead of the brown box we got with the Steam Deck. So we'll keep that in mind. So, ooh, that was nasty. All right, we're gonna do the peel. How do you do the peel? Okay, here we go. There we go. Buy plastic again. Okay, I mean, grip-wise, feels about the same. It's more of an Xbox style grip for your controller instead of both thumbsticks at the same position. They went with the asymmetrical controller setup. You know, compared to the Steam Deck, I don't know if I can say it's comfier. Definitely feels lighter. Feels lighter. It's smaller than the Steam Deck. Let's grab it real quick. We'll just do size comparison on it. So Steam Deck to the ROG Ally. Let me get the specs up here real quick. I can't remember them all. I know on the ROG Ally, we have actually the full 1080p HD screen compared to the 1280 by 800 on the Steam Deck. So now you can play games at actual 1080p. So that's kind of a plus. And 120 hertz, not stuck at only 60 frames like the Steam Deck is. All right, quick comparison just for spec-wise, since we've got them both right here. The ROG Ally does come with a newer processor, all in one unit. It comes with the AMD Ryzen Zen 1 Extreme Zen 4 edition compared to the Steam Deck, which it came out with the Zen 2. So right off the bat, more power. You're also getting the RDNA 3 graphics compared to RDNA 2 on the Steam Deck. They actually just announced recently that they're going to release a cheaper version of the Ally, so now there will be another option. But as of filming, there's still only one available to buy, which is the 512 gig. The newer one's going to come with a lesser processor and probably less memory. I'm not sure. They haven't released the full specs on it. They both come with 16 gigs of DDR5, so that's good. Like I said, the ROG Ally has more of the asymmetrical controller pattern compared to the symmetrical, plus the Steam Deck does have the trackpads, which so far, when I've been playing the Steam Deck, I haven't really used them, so can't say that's a plus or minus. Audio, it's saying it's got dual front-facing speakers with virtual 5.1 surround sound with Dolby Atmos. And the Steam Deck, it's only got dual front-facing speakers or stereo. As for other features, they both have haptic feedback. It's saying the features, the armor crate. The armory crate launcher is an extra feature. I don't know about that. What's kind of cool is a fingerprint sensor, which I believe is just the power button. I'm not sure yet, but I want to say that's it. So it's comparison-wise, overall, the ROG Ally is a lot more powerful. It's got better screen, better graphics, better processor. But let's get it started. Let's see how we do with it. What happens when we press start? Actually, does it ship dead? It's got to ship with something. Nope, it ships dead. Alright, we gotta charge it. We'll be back. Alright, we're back. New clothes because it's a different day. I'm dad first, second YouTuber, but we did finally get it charged up, so let's get it started. There it goes, now it turns on. Little RGB glow stick, RGB thumbsticks. Getting the ROG logo in the startup. The volume, how loud is this? I mean, the thumbsticks lighting up is actually a pretty cool touch. I like that. And this is the first time we're launching the device itself, so this might take a minute, probably be cutting in and out. As far as I'm aware, it is a Windows 10, 11 setup, so, I mean, I gotta sign into my Windows. I'm not gonna show you all that small stuff. Probably just fast forward through that. Man, maybe we should have started a timer, see how long this thing starts up. Cool little intro. And I was thinking of installing Spider-Man Remastered again off of Steam, since that was the first game I tried on the Steam Deck. See how it runs on this, since maybe we won't have to use FRS. Will it be able to play it more native? Classic Windows. Alright. So this, I mean, it's not really needs to be explained if you ever set up Windows. It's going to be the same way. Alright, the famous checking for updates. But these RGB thumbstick really do add a nice touch, but also probably drain the battery just a tad. I don't think we ever went over ports. So on the bottom, you get nothing. I was actually really hoping for a USB-C on the bottom. You only get buttons in and outs on the top. You get your power button, volume up and down, your USB-C. If I'm mistaken, this is going to be for the external GPU. So you can actually hook up an external GPU to this thing, which I feel like is a little overkill at that point. You might as well just take the money you spent on this, plus the external GPU, and build a computer, but you know, people maybe on the go actually like this kind of thing. Then you got micro SD and the headphone jack. So you get left-right bumper, your triggers, and only 2 buttons on the back for customization instead of 4 like the Steam Deck. Obviously no trackpads either. Of course we're going to name it the Ally. The wonderful process of actually signing in now. So like I said before, if you've ever set up a new computer, Windows 10, Windows 11 are about the same, then this process is going to be relatively familiar. Fingerprint. I've actually never had anything with the fingerprint scanner, so what is the fingerprint? Like I said, is it this? So it is this, okay. Oh, this kind of feels janky. Sorry, let's try to get more for the camera. I mean, I understand the button's small. Okay, it took it. Y'all seen that? I feel like the fingerprint sensor is kind of a little bullish. I always say no to all this stuff. They really made sure to make this a pain in the butt just to even get those things started. Once again, that's more of a Windows thing than ASUS's problem. They're limited. They didn't really want to build their OS like Valve did, which is reasonable. Wow. That screen is real crisp. And I just noticed though, you get nice little black bars on the top and bottom. Kind of preferred it to been the whole thing. Especially since it looks like it would have taken up that much real estate. But once again, it's still the same size, 7 inches, just like the Steam Deck, but 1080p. Almost there. Hey, we're done. So is there, okay, so I do still get a cursor. I mean, wow, that is really smooth screen. Should I just load up like an Xbox game real quick? But let me do a quick cloud game instead of just, well, no, we don't want to do cloud game. We want to do something local on it. Nope, there it goes. Wonderful Armory Crate. Now rub my nose. I was wondering when this was going to pop up, the Armory Crate. We'll leave Armory Crate run on startup just because we don't know what it's going to do for us. I feel like we're actually probably going to need it. I feel like that thing is going to help optimize it. Oh, so Armory Crate, it's like, okay, so it's trying to be its own OS. Give me Steam. Let's download Steam. And we're back on a different day again because I thought everything was updated. I was like, this doesn't seem right. Went back, and of course, Windows had more updates, and plus, Armory Crate itself had more updates, where it actually updated the BIOS and all that extra stuff, which is good. I'd like to see that. It's actually really good news. That means they are, keeping an eye on things and stuff like that. My biggest issue so far was actually the setup of it. For some reason, it was a lot harder than you would set up a normal PC because, in retrospect, this is a PC, but set up a laptop, desktop, it's in handheld form. But like I said, it took a long time, and I was having a big issue where I had to keep restarting it because obviously with Windows updates, it makes you want to restart. Plus, Armory Crate's own issues where it makes me want to restart after every update. So every time I'd restart it, it wasn't recognizing my fingerprint, wasn't recognizing the pin I started. So I would have to actually reset the password, the pin every single time it restarted. So that was about 4 times. So on first impression, that was extremely annoying. A lot harder than any other device I had it set up ever. It's actually to the point where I was actually getting irritated with it. But we got it running now. We got screen recording too as well working. That's actually an Armory Crate, one of the apps on it. I don't know what you want to call it, app setting. But so when you open up your little command center, we can switch between modes. We're only going to do it on 25 watt because to compare it to somewhat the Steam Deck, we want to make sure we're kind of in a somewhat even playing field. But once again, we do have a 30 watt option if you have it plugged in. But you can just kind of go through here. So the AMD RSR is kind of an upscaling thing. It doesn't work with every game. It works with games that you're allowed to change it from full screen, exclusive, to windowed and that kind of stuff. You gotta like start the game, change it to 720p, then turn the game off, and then when you turn the game back on, it will be upscaled. I don't know. Some weird stuff. I haven't been able to get to work on Spider-Man, but so we're just gonna run it native 1080p, 120 hertz to give it the full experience. And at the menu, we're only getting 65 frames per second, which isn't terrible. I mean, this is a AAA game that was made for PlayStation 4 that we're running on a handheld device now. So when we were doing this game on the Steam Deck, I believe our FPS were more in the range of 35 to 40, 45. So, I mean, and we're also playing at 1080p. So in the city, just looking around, we're getting more higher. So we're getting more higher. We're getting higher frames and the higher 60, just looking around. 55, 40s, high 40s, I should say. So let's give it a swing. I mean, it is smooth. Let's check settings real quick. Make sure that we're running native, not, no upscaling methods. So this is all just on pure power of the ROG Ally, which is pretty cool. Because on the Steam Deck, you kind of need that FSR to actually run games pretty smooth. And I mean, swinging around the city in the daytime too, we're staying probably about 10 frames higher compared to the Steam Deck. I mean, seeing 45 to 50 swinging around. But yeah, we're hitting high frames. I mean, 45 to 60 compared to the Steam Deck at 1080p. So that is kind of good. A little hiccup right there. Nothing too crazy, I would say, but I mean, it's running it. Let's see if we can get in a quick little fight, see how a fight scene happens. Now, is it going to be too much for it? I mean, still holding the same, man. I mean, I'm not passing 60 though. Wonder if that's more so the game not allowing it, but not entirely. No, 65. Okay, we can pass 60. Utilize that full refresh rate. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to both the information and stuff like that. So, first impressions. I mean, the device is. It's a beautiful device. I love the RGB around your thumbsticks and stuff like that. I almost wish like Steam Deck had RGB, or even there was a little more RGB on this. The light glimmering off, these are just stickers, so don't get too crazy. That's not RGB to you either. Comfortability, you get used to it. It's definitely not as heavy as the Steam Deck. I think it's about 30, 60 grams lighter. So nothing too crazy, just a little bit lighter. I mean, having a 1080p screen now is pretty nice. I mean, it is so crisp, plus 120 hertz refresh rate screen. I mean, that is nuts. And the speakers themselves are better. They sound a lot better compared to the Steam Deck. They say it's the 5.1 surround sound, virtual surround sound, so that's pretty cool. I mean, overall, I mean, I've never been a person to use the programmable buttons on the back. I have a Xbox Pro controller, whatever, Elite controller, and even then I don't use those back buttons at all. So do it as you so. Not really gonna mark points off because there's two less in the back, nor the trackpads because don't really use them too much on the Steam Deck right now either. I mean, it's a good device. My biggest downfalls with it were setting it up. It was a real pain to set this thing up. I wasn't too happy about it. Like, I actually kind of got a little aggravated with the whole not recognizing my fingerprint anymore, not recognizing my PIN I set up with it, especially since it should just know the PIN locally, not even across my accounts from Microsoft. But that was a big tick on me from that one for sure. But overall, it's nice. It's cool. I would say it's pointed more toward tech savvy people, only because with the way you have to set up games, you're gonna actually have to nitpick between settings compared to the Steam Deck, where games are actually getting more optimized towards it. Or I haven't seen too many forums like how Steam Deck has a Proton DB, where you can go on there, check your game you're looking for, and people will have recommended settings for that. So, but it is more powerful. I mean, so we'll just give it the benefit of the doubt now. I mean, we're done with the setup process, so let's kind of enjoy games, see how it is. So we'll get back to you later when I get to play with it more. But other than that, see you on the next one.